everyone. Welcome and welcome back to our September edition of Digital Sales Spotlight. Of course, my name is Alicia von Bokel. I am with Merits. Last week, we entered into what is arguably the most wonderful time of the year. And no, I'm not talking about the big holiday in December. I'm talking about football season. Whether you are an NFL fan or college town proud, support your local Friday Night Lights, or root for whatever team Taylor Swift's boyfriend plays on, there's something to be said about the hype and excitement of game day. And if you think about it, our dealerships really aren't that different from the dynamics that make up a really good football team. You've got your owners and your general managers, right? They make all the big decisions, kind of the behind the scenes. You have your coaches and your captains, your sales managers and team leaders. You have your players, sales folks, BDC folks, right? The customer facing frontline people. And then you have your fans. Your fans are your customers. Unlike a great football team who has all week to prepare for game day, we need to treat every day like it's game day. So how do we keep our customers ultra hyped and give them that experience that keeps them coming back for more and more and more? Well, let's break it down. Okay, so let's consider the fourth quarter, which is right around the corner, and year end to be our path to playoffs and championship Sunday, if you will. How are we looking, coaches? We going to have a better season this year than we did last year? Well, what determines that is what we've done so far this year. Right? Did we cut anybody from last year? Did we acquire any new players? Did you pick up that number one on draft day? How did training camp go? Have you yet been to a training camp? Because ultimately, it really doesn't matter if you have a team full of veterans or if you have the youngest team in the league. It doesn't matter if your team consists of last year's MVP, the number one, rookie, top picked rookie, and the highest played whoever. If everyone hasn't attended a training camp that clearly defines the roles, goals, and expectations, all while helping each individual player sharpen their skills so they can perform at peak performance, you might have a room full of talent, but they have no idea how to win together. Training camp shouldn't be an option. It should be mandatory. And sure, there's not a one size that fits all. Certain people on your team might need different levels of training camp. For you guys at the dealership, that could look like something offered from your OEM. Maybe it's a regional thing, or maybe it's something more localized by your, LMAs or even 20 groups. You might have a technology partner like your CRM that offers some sort of classes or seminars or a training of some sort. You might even need to call in a third party like Merits to really bring the boom and to make sure that it's effective. But I'm telling you guys, training camp is the single most important that you guys, owners and GMs, can provide for your team to set them up for success. Folks that train well will play well, and folks that don't will watch others win from the sidelines. If you guys have some questions or if you need some help determining what type of training works best for your store, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Okay, so let's assume everyone went through training camp. You have your starting lineup set. Now, how do you guys make sure that you show up and win on game day each and every time, over and over again? Well, that really is a team effort. Let's start with the players. You guys not only have to know and understand the playbook, you have to have the skill set to be able to execute the drills each and every time. You should have learned that in training camp. Whose responsibility is it to make sure that you are staying at the top of the game? Well, I'd say it's you as the individual player as well as your coach. Coaches and team captains, you guys not only have to have the understanding of the playbook, you have to know when to execute that play and when to call an audible. What works well against one team might not work well against the other, right? A one-size-fits-all winning strategy isn't going to work. We can't run the same plays at the same time in the same order week after week because our other teams are going to figure us out. Sometimes we have to get creative. Not every opponent we play is created equal. And then players, you guys have to speak up when things just aren't going quite right. Right? You could have the best gosh darn playbook wrote out. You could be really well trained. But if your opponent can run a 4.4 40 and has a 7-foot wingspan, you're going to get mossed every single time. And what is that going to do for you? It's going to make you second guess how good of a player you really are. And it might not be that you're not a good player. It might be that you're better fit for an entirely different position. And again, that's just something that your coaches and your captains and your owners need to be able to identify. And then there's Monday morning quarterbacking. You have to watch the film. You have to come to the table regularly to discuss what's working, what's not, and what needs to be adjusted. You might need an assessment of sorts to benchmark your store and to be able to call out those areas of opportunities to where you might need a little extra help, right? And again, at the end of the day, coaches, GMs, owners, sometimes you guys have to make tough calls. Sometimes we can give somebody all the training and all the support in the world, and if they're not putting in 110%, maybe they need to be traded. Because the ultimate fan experience, remember the fans are our customers, the ultimate fan experience comes when all of this works really well each and every time. Your fans pack the stands when they enjoy the experience. Your fans buy the players' jerseys when that player shows up being the best player that they can be over and over and over again. And I will leave you guys all with this final thought, is sometimes even the best coaches need assistant coaches. So if there's anything that our Merits team can do to help make your team the best team possible, please let us know today. Whether it's training, coaching, assessment, marketing, our Merits team does have a solution that I'm sure will work with you. And one final thought: a friend of mine, a good friend of mine in this industry, consistently says when I hear him speak to folks, in our industry, that selling cars is not rocket scientists. It's just simple blocking and tackling. You guys need a coach in your corner? Please reach out to your Merits team today.